Google just quietly dropped something that should have way more people talking. NotebookLM, their AI research tool, just got cinematic video overviews. And if you're not sure what that means yet, stick with me because it's actually pretty remarkable. So here's the deal. NotebookLM already had audio overviews. That feature where two AI hosts would have a podcast-style conversation about whatever document you uploaded. People loved it. It went viral, and it became the reason millions of people even know NotebookLM existed. Cinematic video overviews is that, but now with visuals at a higher level. You upload your sources, a research paper, a PDF, a YouTube video, whatever, and NotebookLM generates a full bespoke video, which is not a template, not a PowerPoint with a voiceover, a genuinely cinematic, custom-produced video built specifically around your content. It's actually now rolling out for Ultra subscribers in English. Let me put this in context because I think a lot of people are going to underestimate this. Right now, if you want to turn a dense research paper into a video that someone would actually watch, you would have to hire a video editor, a motion graphics designer, maybe a voiceover artist, and that takes days and it costs real money. NotebookLM does that in minutes from your sources. And the key phrase here is bespoke. Google is specifically saying that this is not a template system. Their most advanced models are working together to generate visuals and narration that are unique to whatever you feed it. That means a climate scientist uploading a 50-page IPCC report gets a different video than a law student uploading case briefs. The system is reading, understanding, and producing, not just filling in blanks. That is a fundamentally different category of an AI tool. Okay, so who actually benefits from this? Researchers who want to share findings with people who will never read an academic paper, teachers who want to flip the classroom without spending a weekend on production, consultants turning 80-page strategy decks into something a client will actually engage with, a generalist synthesizing complex topics into explainer content, and students trying to actually understand something, not just read it. Basically, anyone who has ever said, I wish I could just show people this instead of making them read it. And that is most of us. Here's what I think is really going on. Google has been building NotebookLM into something much bigger than a researching and note-taking app. Audio overviews prove that there's a massive appetite for AI that explains things, not just summarizes them. Cinematic video overviews is the next layer. And if you connect the dots, you can see where this is heading. A future where any document, any dataset, any piece of knowledge can be instantly transformed into whatever format a person learns. If you're an audio learner, NotebookLM provides you with a podcast. If you're a visual learner, NotebookLM provides you with a cinematic breakdown. If you're a reader, here's your summary. NotebookLM is quietly becoming an AI-powered knowledge translation engine, and I don't think rest of the industry has fully caught up to what that means yet. Cinematic videos is actually live now for NotebookLM Ultra users. If you're not on Ultra, it's worth keeping a close eye on because this kind of feature tends to roll down to the free tiers eventually, but it does take some time. If you used it already, drop your experience in the comments. I want to know what you made with it. So how does NotebookLM actually pull this off? Well, Google put Gemini in the director's chair, and that phrase is worth unpacking because it's doing more work than it sounds like. Most AI video tools operate on templates. You pick a style, maybe a clean explainer look, maybe something more cinematic, and the AI fills in your content. The bones are always the same, only the words change. It's fast, but it's also kind of hollow, and you can tell. NotebookLM isn't doing that. Gemini reads your sources first, actually understands what you're trying to communicate, and then decides what format makes the most sense. Should this be a tutorial, a documentary style breakdown, a narrative with a story arc? That decision gets made based on your content, not based on whatever template was easiest to build. So the format serves the material, not the other way around. But here's the part that really stood out to me. After Gemini generates the initial footage, it actually critiques its own work. It watches what it made, evaluates the visuals and the narrative for consistency and quality, and refines it before you ever see the final cut. That's a self-correction loop baked directly into the pipeline. It's not just generating, it's asking, does this actually work, and fixing it if the answer is no. The extra step is probably the reason the output feels like something a person made rather than something a machine assembled. And the goal, according to the NotebookLM team, is to turn even the most mundane sources into something engaging. Not just good and interesting research papers or interesting stories, but dry compliance docs, dense technical manuals, tables full of data, stuff nobody actually reads, stuff that might finally get watched instead. So what I'm about to show you right now is an actual cinematic video that NotebookLM made, and is from a notebook that Robert Scoble, that somebody I found online, made. So what he did was that he took tens of thousands of posts from across the entire AI community here on X, and then he wrote a script that he sent to NotebookLM, and then he turned all that information, all that posts, into a cinematic mode using the NotebookLM new feature. So let's take a look at this video.
The debate over which chatbot writes the best email is officially over. Today, the battle for artificial intelligence has migrated into three distinct arenas: heavy physical infrastructure, autonomous voice agents, and a fracturing consensus on government oversight. The ceiling for AI capability is no longer defined strictly by software engineering. The new bottlenecks are entirely physical, dictated by the availability of massive power grids, cooling systems, and international supply chains. Compute and electricity are the most heavily contested commodities in the global market right now. While consumer attention remains fixed on model outputs, the actual capital is flowing directly into base layer hardware. This chart shows Broadcom's year-over-year semiconductor revenue jump of 52%. Sustaining this, Broadcom projects 2027 hardware demand will exceed $100 billion, requiring a massive 10 gigawatt data center power output, equivalent to 10 nuclear power plants. Look at xAI's infrastructure, a 1.2 gigawatt power plant exclusively for their Memphis supercomputer. That is a small city's worth of electricity dedicated to a single machine learning cluster. You cannot train the next generation of models without securing a dedicated energy source first. Physical power constraints are the new hard limit on artificial intelligence. User interaction has broken past the text box. Perplexity recently launched voice mode under CEO Arav Srinivas. Instead of users typing prompts, they speak, and a voice-controlled agent autonomously browses, clicks, and executes tasks across the operating system on their behalf. This split-screen matrix compares the diverging development strategies of the major AI labs right now. On the right, OpenAI pushes expensive, highly resource-intensive models that consume massive compute. On the left, Google takes the opposite approach with Gemini Flashlight, driving the cost of intelligence down so far that agent infrastructure becomes nearly free for developers to utilize.
So that is actually crazy. I only showed you guys about 2 minutes of that video, but the full video is about 4 minutes, and what's really crazy is that the visuals actually match with what the person is saying. You take all this complex information like this person did on X, which is obviously very diverse, there's random things there. The model has to filter through all that noise, and NotebookLM does that amazingly using the Gemini models. And what it's able to do then is create a video that makes sense not only visually, but audio-wise as well. Whatever the person is saying, that lady in the video, it matches the visuals. When it's talking about chips, you see chips on screen. When it's talking about an AI filtering through files and clicking on things, it actually generates that. Now, this implication is going to be massive across the entire AI universe. And if you look at X right now, we can see that the first AI displacement that's going to happen is going to be videographers. Obviously, right now, these models are in their early stages, so the visuals might not be as amazing as videographers. But just for simple use for teachers creating something for their students or anything like that, they now have access to tools that can do all of that for them at a fraction of the cost. So yes, this is a huge update from NotebookLM, an update that I personally love, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video because this update might be coming to us very soon, and when it does, I'll definitely make a video on it as well. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, follow the world of AI, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. We post constantly and you don't want to miss this. I'll see you guys in the next one.